Crawford throwing his hat in to want to fight Canelo at 168.
I mean, everybody wants to fight Canelo. It's the money fight. You know what I mean? I think even Inoue would come up to fight Canelo. Canelo wanted to fight him. I mean, I don't want to see Crawford to fight Canelo, to be honest.
David Benavidez has long set his sights on a showdown with Canelo Alvarez, but now he's weighing in on what might happen if Canelo ends up facing Terence Crawford instead. While Benavidez has immense respect for Crawford, calling him one of the greatest fighters of all time, he firmly believes Canelo holds the advantage in this potential super fight. In fact, he goes even further, stating that Crawford would have virtually no chance, going as far as suggesting there's a strong possibility Canelo could knock him out cold.
Likelihood of a fight with you and Terence Crawford, it would be one of the biggest in boxing.
We're not talking about yet about the fight. Me and you're gonna know each other, and then we're gonna.
Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford are two of the most prominent figures in boxing today, both renowned as pound-for-pound elites who have consistently ruled their respective divisions. Canelo, an undisputed champion at super middleweight, has also captured titles at middleweight and light heavyweight. With over 50 professional bouts, his only 2 losses came early in his career against Floyd Mayweather and a recent defeat in 2022 to Dmitry Bivol at light heavyweight. Canelo's remarkable resume speaks volumes, showcasing his strength, technique, and vast experience, solidifying his reputation as one of the sport's most formidable fighters.
David Benavidez said he want to fight Terence Crawford and get back for his brother. Terence Crawford ain't trying to do that shit, and this is the conundrum, right? A lot of people say, well, Terence Crawford wants to fight Canelo Alvarez to prove.
Terence Crawford, on the other hand, remains undefeated and has proven himself as one of the best of his generation.
I mean, I can't really say nothing about that. If that's what he wants to do, then that's what he's going to do. Canelo is a man that he does anything he wants to do. I don't think really what people say affects him. But I feel like the people, they want to see David Benavidez versus Canelo Alvarez. It's the biggest fight to make happen, and I feel like
He became undisputed at both lightweight and welterweight, and his dominant victory over Errol Spence Jr. in 2023 cemented his place among the all-time greats. Crawford also made a successful move to 154 olds in August 2023.
Talk all the crazy stuff about me going up and having a tough time, but he went up in weight and lost. That's the difference. I went up weight and won. He went up and lost. You know, so let's not do that.
Claiming the WBA light middleweight title by defeating Israel Madrimov, making him a champion in 4 different weight classes. While Crawford's accomplishments are nothing short of remarkable, David Benavidez remains doubtful about how his skills would fare against a larger, more seasoned fighter like Canelo.
A lot of boxers don't do this. This is why Canelo's not fighting Benavidez. Why would Canelo fight Benavidez, who's relatively unknown, and Benavidez beats him and Benavidez becomes overnight a superstar? That's Canelo's letting Benavidez make a name off of him.
So you're saying that you're going to make...
Benavidez didn't hold back with sharing his thoughts on the potential fight. He acknowledged Crawford's brilliance as a technical fighter.
Hey, listen, dog. Crawford fans, I've been trying to say this, dog. Canelo at 168 is all wrong for Crawford, dog.
But also emphasized the risks of moving up too many weight classes, even for someone as skilled as Crawford. Crawford is one of the best technical fighters I've ever seen, Benavidez said.
If Bivol fight, you can say who you think is going to win. You can't say like, oh man, I'm surprised that Bivol won, or I'm surprised that Beterbiev won. You're like, man, that's a damn good fight. So-and-so won. So kind of how I feel about the David and Canelo fight.
But when he moved up to 154, I'm not saying he had problems, but he didn't look like the same powerhouse he was at 147.
I think Canelo's gonna put the beats on him like Dr. Dre.
Do we get a knockdown from Canelo, or does Bud knock down Canelo?
Nah, Canelo's not going down. You could hit Canelo with a Louisville slugger. He's just gonna smile at you.
They ain't say gonna beat him like the beats of doctors.
Now, if he moves up to 168, that's a massive jump, and there's a reason weight classes exist. I'd give Canelo the advantage in this fight.
in boxing, you know what I'm saying? And Terence Crawford is a legend. He's great. He's a great fighter. The only thing I see that I favor Canelo is that, you know, his weight.
Yeah.
And that he's more bigger. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing. But as far as skill set wise, IQ, I feel like Crawford can match anybody and probably do way better.
The weight difference stands out as the primary challenge in a potential Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford fight. Canelo is naturally the bigger fighter, and he's demonstrated time and time again that he can handle opponents much larger than himself.
These guys are so easy. Why do you need 3 times your normal pay? Crawford is easy. In my weight class, it's an easy fight, but give me 3 times what I normally make. Benavidez is easy.
With experience competing at light heavyweight, where he has taken on some of the biggest names in boxing, Canelo's ability to absorb and deliver power against bigger fighters is well established.
Barack from the Sweet Scientist threw him the alley-oop. He said, I don't want that. I don't want the excuses. Just give me the money and I'll beat him tomorrow. But you want 4 times what you get paid to fight that man.
His success in multiple weight classes, including becoming the undisputed super middleweight champion, shows that his size and strength give him an advantage against most opponents, even at the highest levels of the sport. Crawford, on the other hand, is relatively new to fighting at higher weight classes, while he's been dominant at lightweight and welterweight.
Yeah, the size is an issue. Canelo is way bigger. This fight's at 54. He's got 2 weight classes to broach in order to get to 168 to fight Canelo. But as you said, champ, Canelo has become increasingly inactive in fights. He throws less and less.
His move to 154 was a significant step up, and there were noticeable differences in his power and physicality. Although he was still successful, especially after claiming the WBA light middleweight title, Crawford didn't exhibit the same explosive power that he had at lower weights.
I don't think it's a fight Canelo really wants, if I'm honest, because I think he feels like he won't get a lot of credit beating a light middleweight. And Crawford's going to move a lot in that fight, which is not ideal for Canelo.
The question now is how he would fare against someone like Canelo, who has proven to be comfortable and dangerous in the light heavyweight division. Benavidez, a top contender in the super middleweight division, pointed out this very issue.
Others say, like, no, that's 2 more weight classes. Like, once he gets touched by Canelo, it's going to be different.
I am concerned about him absorbing a Canelo punch, especially through the course of 12 rounds. We do know this about Canelo. He's going to...
While he respects Crawford's skill and technical prowess,
he will take that gamble, see if he can beat him. If he beats him, he may go fight Benavidez next. If he don't beat him, he say, okay, I took it as high as I could go. I'm done.
The weight jump to 168 ups could be too much for the undefeated champion to handle. With Canelo's experience against bigger opponents and his natural size,
what do you think about Terence Crawford calling out Canelo?
You know, I don't like that fight.
Why not?
I don't like that fight. It's just too much weight.
Benavidez feels Canelo would hold the advantage in a fight between the two, giving him the edge based on the weight difference alone.
You know, when he's fought Belenga, then fought Ryder, Munguia, it's even. I think it'd be a 50-50 fight if Crawford fought Canelo.
But now he's weighing in on what might happen if Canelo ends up facing Terence Crawford instead. While Benavidez has immense respect for Crawford, calling him one of the greatest fighters of all time.
How do you feel about Canelo Crawford though?
I think Bud is gonna beat his ass. Straight like that. I don't think Bud is way more Bud is a way more tactician. He's way more skilled than both of those dudes that was in the ring last night. He's way more skilled.
You betting the house on Bud?
I'm putting the house on Bud. T-Bud Crawford will be the king of boxing. Mark my words.
He firmly believes Canelo holds the advantage in this potential super fight. In fact, he goes even further, stating that Crawford would have virtually no chance, going as far as suggesting there's a strong possibility Canelo could knock him out cold.